we the entire members, entire members of the royal family of Onowo, of the Idjerhe Kingdom, are glad to state to the world and present to the world our king, who is highly revered, and to let the world know that the family entirely, in its entirety, is in full support of his leadership from the day he was installed. I am speaking on behalf of our dear royal family, the Onowo of Idjerhe Kingdom. And procedurally, and I was lucky to be present when this happened, the Ogwedio, the Idjerhe Ogwedio, highly revered as well, highly honored, graciously approved after a short debate. I call it short debate because the second king who left us and has been buried actually came from Uduraka. They call it quickly Uduaka. And the next, which they graciously approved by Ogwedio, is supposed to come from Udurie. And of course, the Udurie have 4 families. The elders and the originator, which is the family of Onowo. The Udurie met severally, having been given instruction by Ogwedio to produce the next king. Met and agreed in the last meeting that the kingship should go to Onowo. Onowo met and agreed unanimously that you go to the Onowo family. And of course, the Onowo family met and graciously, with overwhelming majority, including the eldest of that family, where I come from, agreed that then he was Onowo, now the Udi, the king-elect, that he should be the one to represent the Onowo family this time around. And this was documented, signed for, sealed and delivered by the family, and pushed onwards back to Udurie, who considered that they should bring someone. And that again was approved by Udurie, which was eventually pronounced by the eldest title holder, Chief Ikewu Stephen, who eventually pronounced our candidate to be the candidate of Udurie. And from then on, it was again presented by it won't be Onowo anymore. Onowo has handed him over to Udurie. So the head of Udurie presented him to the head of Ogwedio, the Brogodo, the leader, the regent of the Idjerhe Kingdom. His name is Chief Agbamitoto Sago, the Brogodo of the Idjerhe Kingdom. Sango, in his wisdom follow due process again by calling on all the chiefs to appear. In such occasion, you don't do it during the day. You do it in the early hours of the morning. And he sent for all of them. And of course, majority of the key players were present. Yes. And this was done in the appropriate environment, appropriate place and time. The central Ogwedio of the Idjerhe Kingdom. That ceremony is now history because he's been crowned. He's been declared the Ovie elect by the highest office holder of this land called Brogodo. Yes. So you can see the sequence of events from Ogwedio to Durie, from Durie to Onowo, from Onowo to Onowo family, from Onowo family back to Durie, from Durie back to Ogwedio. It's been followed. So we are glad that we are a family of people that obey the law. And I want to thank you for being lawful. And of course, there will be a lot of controversies. Some say they are elites of the place. And they go forming committees and committees and committees. Ovie Chief is not on committees of elites. Ovie Chief is about traditional values, principles, lineage. Yeah. And we are qualified. And we have followed this due process faithfully and judiciously. And on the basis of that, we have been so happy, glad enough today that having followed this due process, our son, now our king-elect, has emerged to be the Ovie elect of the Idjerhe Kingdom. We will stand by it because the Lord stands by us. We are only going to be peaceful, hold our meetings until they understand us. I have absolute and implicit confidence in him. And I think the entire Onowo does the same. We are imploring every other person to respect the rule of law so we can move forward in the Idjerhe Kingdom. Thank you very much, and God will bless you.
Well, I am Chief Williams A.E. Ukumakbone of Idjerhe Kingdom. I am the Secretary General to Idjerhe Central Ogwedio. Ever since I was born, I have never become an allied resident in any other country. I remain permanently in this community. Laws of the tradition, I know and I maintain it. The order of the installing and crowning of this king was done according to the lineage of the kingdom. It was a formal debate in the Ogwedio, from there to Onogbogodo's house, from Onogbogodo's house back to Ogwedio, back to Onogbogodo's place. For the fifth and sixth time, it was resolved that Onowo should produce a candidate for the Ovie. And this was done in the presence of majority. It was scheduled in advance of on the 8th of March 2020 this year that the Ovie should be installed and crowned. As a matter of fact, there were some announcements prior to the very date that the chiefs should come to Ogwedio for the installation. Well, as things may be, everybody are not always present. For instance, when the Ovie that passed away was installed, I am one of the members who installed him as a secretary at the same time. We were only 8 present at Chief Okude's house that installed the Ovie that just passed away. There was no segregation of this nation. But for this one, people are very much interested in money. Otherwise, when they were invited, because of their selfishness towards money, they did some refrain from coming to the place of the installation. But by and large, it was done accordingly. Why do I so say? In all the installation of the kings, it is the turn of Onugbogodo, the highest chief in the kingdom, that always install and crown him. Nobody apart from him can do it. And this was at the same time done by the Onugbogodo of Idjerhe Kingdom, Chief J.A. Agbatoto Sago. After the due process, he pronounced 3 months extra of keeping that Ogwejo closed on holiday. And this was announced in advance of our departure from the Ogwejo. Today, I am still pronouncing it, as everybody knows, Chief Angus Omasoro is the Ovie elect of Idjerhe Kingdom.
Ufome ekoteti, okugbe ekoteti, eru Idjerhe ekoteti, eru Onowo ekoteti, Onowo bi ko nulo, Onowo so ko, egbe mo je kugbo, awakeke okoraga, daga bo se mo mure, daga bo se mo ni obire, eru kugbo, eru kugbe, oro ebio, nura kudo, akpa mi noroku, akpa stelesi, isi owani,